friends from the media. Please take the mic, just raise your hand. Feel free, don't be shy. Sige po. Yes.
Curious lang, totoo
Sorry.
I'm Naz
My
Tavares
apologies. Please state your name and from what publication. My apologies.
I'm
Thank you.
Naz Tavares from Pelikula Mina. Curious yung loyalty testers, totoo po ba yun?
Yes, totoo yun. This is based on, totoo siya na phenomenon dito sa Pilipinas. Nung gano'n siya, according to our writers, sila yung nag-research nito. The writers and the creative team of Star Creatives were the ones who created this concept based on their research on loyalty testers na nasa social media. They're online. And ano to tumaas, or what's the right word for it, laganap ito nung pandemic, I guess, because people need an extra hustle. And so, nakaisip, you know how it is in the Philippines, di ba? Kailangan ng extra hustle ng mga tao. And that's something na na-create dito. And which is why the concept of the loyalty game appealed also to Prime. Dahil dito sa kakaibang konseptong ito na hango sa tunay na buhay.
And kay Janine and Jericho, ano yung una niyong naisip nung nalaman niyo na may ganito pala?
Ako parang gusto kong maging member. You wanna go first?
Ako sinerch ko agad sa Facebook kasi gusto ko makita kung anong itsura ng totoong groups, ng totoong mga kumbaga ad ng loyalty tester, and interesting siya. So ako naman, if there's any concept of truth sa isang serye or pelikula, for me, parang mas kinakapitan ko din siya kasi alam ko na, hango to sa mga totoong tao, totoong pangyayari, and yan, so search nyo mamaya. Kasi interesting talaga siya na concept, and of course, meron kaming mga dinagdag na, from the creatives na, pero the fact na meron talagang mga loyalty tester, yun agad yung sinerch ko, yung mga totoong loyalty tester.
Just to add, so to the interest, can you imagine paying someone to either fix or destroy your life? And that's perfect for serye and a movie. So I said, okay, this is great. Kaso lang ako na naman yung biktima dito. Ako na naman yung kakabit. I'm just kidding. But Bernard, I love you. Bernard's my co-hunk. We're having a hard time right now being, but food's been great. I'm sorry. That's why wala ako masyadong full body frontal kasi medyo nananaba kami. Masarap kasi ng pagkain sa Bacolod, tsaka sa Iloilo. So, I know. I mean, may pag-asa pa naman kami. Si Piolo is still in good shape, so you can just enjoy that for now. But, loyalty testing. I've always been interested in, different kinds of jobs. I've had so many odd jobs in my life, and it kind of like puts a spotlight on sex workers. In other countries, there are sex workers who have rights and stuff. And here in the Philippines, it's a different light kasi syempre, di ba? Minsan, meron tayong kasabihan, kapit sa patalim. And the show is kind of like, it sheds light on that situation. You don't, you don't criminalize the characters here, judge the characters here for being loyalty testers because they do have an angle. So that's what the show did. Labas nila yung totoong stories, totoong struggles ng mga loyalty testers. So yeah, quite brilliant. So good job sa Star Creatives. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brilliant indeed. Dahil yung konseptong ito, hango siya sa tunay na buhay. And Jark was right, yung mga struggles ng ordinaryong Pilipino na po-portray dito. So once again, a reminder to our friends, please state your name, your publication, and to whom you will address your question to.
Hi, good evening. I'm Kate Adahar of randomrepublica.com. Hi. For Ms. Carmina, first, what made you say yes to this project? Knowing na active naman po rin kayo sa past projects.
Nasabi ko na rin sa first video call namin na there's no reason for me to say no. Napakaganda nung role. Tapos, first time ko makakatrabaho si Janine. Tapos, at tagal ko nang hindi nakatrabaho si Echo.
Parang kailan lang, okat-okat pa eh. Okat-okat pa yung project namin. Sabi, parang June na.
Oh my gosh, syempre hindi sila makareact kasi hindi nila alam kung ano yun. Tapos,
Yun po ang Filipino Scooby-Doo.
Anong year yun? 90?
1990.
Yeah.
Oo, parang ano.
1999, I think. Yeah, it's actually our favorite year. You know, it's the same year that Fight Club, Matrix, and Okatokat came out.
Well,
Wow!
just
Same
like
level,
yesterday.
Ay,
Same
iba-iba.
level.
Wala nang bago.
Diba?
Go ahead, Miss
So,
Carmina.
yun. So, aside from my character, yung cast, of course, si Direk, ang sarap din bumalik sa Star Creative sa ABS. So, maganda yung project, maganda naman yung pagpaalam ko din sa kabila. So, wala naman naging problema.
Galing ka ba sa ibang ano?
Sa ibang bansa. Sa ibang world. Galing ako sa ibang world. Kaya nga, nabaliw na siya. So, yun po. Thank you.
And for Janine and Jericho,
Gusto ko lang i-add yung kay Carmina, hindi niya kasi inaamin talaga that she really loves wigs. That's why hindi siya nakahindi dito sa show na to. She's like, oh my God, all the wigs I can wear.
Galing mo doon. Sige mo naman yun eh.
oh, sorry.
Sorry.
For Janine and Jericho, we know na in the past you've done emotionally difficult characters. Ngayon na you're in a real relationship, how do you differentiate that sa characters nyo? Paano nyo?
Sana naman malayong malayo. Sana naman malayong malayo. Ako talagang kumapit ako dito sa guidance ni Direk May. Kasi I really appreciated having her craft our characters talaga. Kasi sobrang halaga na, maging individual character si Ana and si Ben. Pero malayo naman talaga sa amin sa totoong buhay. Which I guess was one of the challenges din, na paano ba mabubuo tong si Ana. Hindi ko siya masyadong kilala. Parang sabi ko nga kay Direk May, parang talagang pilit ko siyang hinahanap. And throughout the scripts din, nare-reveal sa akin yung mga ibang mga important things about her. So as we go along, nagdadagdag kami ng mga nuances, mga prosthetics, mga notes kung ano ba talagang klaseng tao sila at anong relationship ang meron sila. So ako, grateful talaga ako kay Direk May because she really helped me find Ana and yung relationship nilang mag-asawa. Thank you, Direk.
Si Janine kasi sa totoong buhay, hindi siya. Di ba? Parang hindi siya frantic katulad ng mag-ina, di ba? Hindi sila yung gano'n. Hindi siya gano'n. So we had to, ako rin naman, hindi rin naman gano'n. As you can see, di ba?
Hindi naman siya ganun mag-toothbrush sa totoong buhay.
Sobra naman yun. Dumudugo na yung bibig. But, so we had to find, between us, we had to find nuances and, things that couples do na hindi kami talaga. So yun yung effort naming dalawa na, uy, ikaw, Ben, parang that's why every day, papagpag kami, sumasayaw kami, tumatalon kami, ganun, sa bridge. There's a, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. It's difficult because pag nagpakita kami ng sa aming dalawa, parang that's being lazy. So we can't. We had to really create a world na sa amin lang. Yeah. And Ben and Ana, with the help of course May and our director sila Ian, and towards the last part, Kathy, we were really like carving the relationship and the characters. Talagang full force talaga yung effort para talaga makagawa kami ng ano. Special mention to Charlie Dizon. She's here. You didn't see her in the screen, but she's here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
lightening kasi ang bigat ng show eh.
Makikita natin yung kumbaga magiging role ng karakter ni Charlie in the next episodes. Next po. Hello.
Hi, good evening. I'm Alan Policarpi po from Philippine Daily Inquirer. First question for our creatives po. What about yung world of loyalty testers po na made you feel na this will make a great parang material for a series or a story? Parang what facet of that world?
Direct Raymond?
Yung danger no tinatahak nila kapag nandun sila sa moment na meron silang tinitest. Kasi pwedeng kung ano man mangyari sa kanila eh. Kaya nga yung sinasabi ni Direk Ian kanina yung parang dual role na ginagawa nila kapag hindi rin sila nakikipagkita agad. Or it will take parang 10,000 para makipagkita si Angel. Sige, kasi kailangan niya yung 10K. So yung danger.
Oo nga, may 50,000 pa yung character ni Yen. Lumipad pa sa Valiente na walang kasiguraduhan. Direct me.
Siguro yung facet about it also is that they are humans. Kumbaga may kwento bawat person. What you see on the surface is a person who's hustling. Pero beyond that person is someone who's struggling. And then meron silang kanya-kanyang personal stories. And these personal stories are very relatable. And it's so true. Sinasalamin niya ang tunay na buhay. And it's very relatable to every Filipino. Kumbaga parang kanya-kanya tayong, like, the one is a single mom, meron siyang kwento sa, merong family story sila lahat. Kanya-kanya yan na kwento. And like what Direk Raymond said, may danger sa ginagawa nila, but they will risk it. So, yung pinagdadaanan nilang struggle also, that facet of parang will do everything just to earn an extra buck, yun ay isang magandang facet. And of course, yung mundo ng loyalty testing, because this is new. I feel that this is not about yung parang it's not about being a mistress, it's about testing someone's loyalty. So, andun lang dapat yun. There's supposed to be a boundary. But then, of course, because of what they're doing, rinirisk nila yung sarili nila as we've seen in the first episode. So, maraming kwentong ganon. Maraming rich stories of each loyalty tester and loyalty testing.
And to add up, yung hindi sila yung mga pabayad na pok-pok. Hindi sila ganon. So, hindi sila aabot dun sa makikipagrelasyon. Kumbaga, pag medyo, warning na, sinisend na kagad nila and ini-stop na nila and binablock na nila. So, portrayal lang talaga.
Direct Ian?
Actually, na-mention na nila Direct May kung ano pa yung the other side of loyalty testing. But as you can see naman na this is a new concept. It's not a kabet story. It's not a prostitution story. It's a story about lives of these loyalty testers na besides from trying to earn a decent, side hustle, they need to breed a secondary life besides, di ba, parang escape din nila yun eh. Somehow, an escape to their everyday struggles and everyday demons that they face. Ayun, very interesting siya kasi from the first pa lang when we were still developing this, we make sure na hindi siya kabet story or, di ba, a prostitution story. This is a thriller, a drama story about different lives of human beings na we can all relate to. Ayun, thank you.
Thank you, Direx. Thank you for establishing that, na hindi siya that usual ng mga napapanood natin. It's a new concept, and at the same time, yung mga risks nga that can entail. Sir, may follow-up?
Just a follow-up for our actresses who play the loyalty testers. So, pakwento lang ano yung mga naging preparation nyo or yung mga research na ginawa nyo, and paano nagbago yung pananaw nyo about dun sa profession or sa side hustle na to after parang playing your roles?
Siguro you're asking Carmina, no? Sige, let's start with Yen first. Elise and then Micah.
Ako po, dito ko lang din nalaman na meron palang ganun sa totoong buhay. So, nung nalaman po na nakuha ko yung role bilang isang loyalty tester, sinearch ko kung paano sila. And dun sa character ko kasi, lahat ng choices ni Dayan, nanggagaling yun sa pagmamahal niya sa anak niya. Kumbaga, lahat gagawin niya para lang magkaroon ng extra pangkita, para lang makapag-provide sa anak niya. So, meron din siyang isang trabaho pa, so side hustle niya tong paglo-loyalty testing. VA din siya. hindi madaling makakuha ng pera dun sa trabaho lang na yon. So kailangan niya ng isa pang pagkukuha na ng income. So ito yung naisip niyang gawin. So talagang maraming sakripisyo. Bilang nanay, marami kang sakripisyong pwedeng gawin para lang makapag-provide ka dun sa anak mo. Yun lang po.
Thank you yan. Kay Elise naman.
I guess bukod sa pag-research kung ano talaga, kung paano yung kalakaran bilang loyalty tester, kung ano yung nangyayari, kung anong hustle ang nangyayari for loyalty testing. There's so much we can learn from just researching from what we see online. So we would see paano sila nagpo-post about it, paano sila naghahanap ng clients. But that's as far as we could really see it, and we could, I guess, learn from what we see online. I guess kasi yung loyalty tester, they're also just human beings. So we really had to just learn more about ourselves, our characters. And bukod dun sa own character, I guess what helped me was I also tried to understand my sisters or my co-loyalty testers characters. Kasi kailangan iba-iba kami ng pinanghuhugutan. Kailangan iba kami ng pinanggagalingan. So, understanding their lives as well helped me, I guess, build Bridget. So yun, yeah, I wish we could have gone closer to kung may makilala kami talagang loyalty tester. But unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to. But yeah, marami din naman kaming natutunan because of our creatives, our directors, and what we researched online.
Malay mo kapag ma-release ito on July 3, baka may
Bigla
mga
sila.
mag-message.
Yes.
So, tsaka very relevant yung characters kay Yen, VA. From visually, no, yung group call, parang Elise, your character was like yung raketera.
Yes,
Diba?
live seller.
Live seller, diba? And then kay Micah naman, she was, please pass the mic to Micah, receptionist, and then kay Sophia was a rehab PT. So iba-ibang klase ng mga industriya. Sige Micah, I can answer the question.
Yeah, actually, hindi naman halata siguro pa, pero matagal na rin ako nag-acting. Tapos parang ang dami ko na... sorry. Madami akong mga nagkampan ng mga characters. Pero isa sa mga nahirapan akong character. Kasi unang-una, I really didn't know that loyalty testers do exist. And then at the same time, like Elise and Atian was saying, that we have to be all different kasi. And at the same time, we have to be cohesive. So it really helped a lot that yung mga directors namin was guiding us on how to react on certain things. And ang dadaldal kasi namin eh. So parang paano ba namin to throw yung lines without acting and being actually in the moment. So isa talaga siya sa pinakamahirap na nagampanan ko. Pero at the same time, it was so fun. Kasi it's something new. And everything na may bago, parang nakaka-excite. It gave me purpose.
All right, thank you for that question. We have time for one more question.